Welcome back to New York Revival,
That's
where it's not just sports, it's entertainment, baby. We are here to entertain you. Our fearless leader, Eli, is going to call in later. He's taking care of life and work and stuff like that, as we have to do from time to time. Big dog Spiro, how you doing, man?
What's good? What's good, everybody? Doing good, man. I mean, every Monday, Tuesday is just so much more happier nowadays, man. I remember the old trudge, like I almost didn't want to get to the weekends anymore. I was just like, oh God, another weekend, another loss. Now I'm like, oh, Monday, Tuesday's great. Then you got to get through Wednesday, Thursday starts football again. And you're jacked up ready for another Giants football, man. Sunday. What's better than this right now? 6-1.
It was tough. We got into the game at a tough time as content creators until I started making sarcastic videos, just basking in the misery, which was like kind of therapy for myself and maybe some others. That helped. But otherwise, like doing podcasts week after week when the team was just so shit terrible.
And we were born in the darkness. We were born in the darkness.
we are rising from the ashes. That's for sure.
Let's go, baby. We haven't had. Someone brought up this good point. We haven't had. We have not had a victory Monday all season long. Not. Yeah. Not.
So we have only had victory Mondays.
Exactly.
Because the one loss was a Monday night.
And just so you know, Jeff, about this about me, I'm big not guy. I'm big.
You're a big double
knots
guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I like to do it. Hey, listen, we're talking about good stuff here with the Giants. Hey, anybody else shout us out because we have R0 saying our screen's black. Okay. You're tripping balls there.
Come on, R0, refresh your screen, bro. Don't bring that kind of heat in here, bro.
Come on. Anywho, let's start with a somber note here. And Jeff, I hate to. Well, no, you know what? No, let's talk about Sunday.
No, we're not ready. We're not ready for this.
Yeah.
Somber.
Yeah.
I'm
not
looking forward.
Thank you
to the somber stuff. So
tell me what we did this Sunday.
So
oh my God,
we love doing this, and we have what we thought was a hidden spot. Now the secret is out. But Staten Island seems to be a good middle ground. Eli actually lives there, but for me and Speed, it's only a half hour to get there. So we found a Tommy's Tavern in Staten Island. It's a great open sports bar, plenty of room, TVs everywhere. They got the sound of the game going. It's everything you want. Great wings, good beer. Yep. What else do you need in life? So this bar is just sweet. It's our home bar now.
We win every time we're there. We win every fucking time we're there.
It's true.
We can't mess up with a good thing.
And we never have a bad time anyway. But we were there. Spiro, the if the Giants win challenge, this guy, I think you probably saw it on Twitter, but this guy showed up bravehearted out. Blue and red face. I give you so much credit. The ball's on you. I walk into a bar dead sober with your face painted, just knowing the looks.
I try not to make eye contact with anybody, but like it was tough. It was tough because it really started setting in on Saturday. I was like, oh wait, I got to go to a bar. I'm not going to a game where you kind of just blend in with the large crowd. No, I'm at a bar. It was pretty quiet at first. I'm sitting here with my face painted like goddamn Braveheart over there. William Wallace, ready to rock.
Yeah, Sergeant Cag. We met him at the bar.
Yes.
So he knows what we're talking about.
Buddy?
Face paint. Shout out to everybody else in the chat. Thanks for coming by. It was such a good time, but there was a moment, and it was like a split second. I forget if it was Eli or Spiro that was like, bro, take your phone out. You know, the game is coming to an end. And even though it was third down and 8 or 9 seconds left, this was the only time I like pulled my phone out to record something at the bar. And here it is. This is our live reaction as we stop them on the 1 yard line as time expired. Right after another heart attack game that you got to sweat through the whole time. Check this out real quick.
Come on. Come on.
Just pure elation. The glory that we've been missing for like just letting it all out at once.
This is week 7, people. We're this jacked up. It's only week 7.
Yeah, man. Like
so many fun times.
That's a playoff record. You are trending towards the playoff one way or another. So it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be.
It started off week 1 though. Like it's just nonstop cardiac arrest like every freaking fourth quarter.
Dude,
like,
everything's just been going right.
Yes,
since we started this.
Oh my god!
It's just really but really it's Shane and Dave's, right? Because like you came over for the draft. Me, you, and TK had a great time at the draft, and like holy shit, Thibodeau and Neal just fell to us. And then everything in the offseason, like we're a little worried about the offense in the offseason. But then Spiro was like, give it a month, and lo and behold, after 3 weeks,
give it a month, baby. Let's go.
All of a sudden, our quarterback looks like he's got a hold of this thing. But anyway, about the challenge, you painted your face. That was last week. Me and Eli,
what we got this week?
I mean, me and Eli can do better than we did last week, so we stepped it up a little bit this week.
We did. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
We both have to show a clip of me and Eli were both musicians back in the day, and so we both. The unfair part is that we got to choose the clip. So we both chose generous clips. Like there are way more embarrassing clips than I have. And we're going to show this later when Eli calls in. But mine is from like one of the biggest shows I ever played, which is like at a theater and there are like several hundred people. So I have a clip of that show. And then Eli has a music video. Eli, Mr. I'm Not a Rapper, was very much a rapper. Like
he goes
he's good, dude. Like he's legit good. And he has a music video from 10 years ago. And Eli's all like, he's like beefy, he's all jacked up, and it's like it's like pretty good production, like on a rooftop. He's rapping.
Yes,
he's very believable as a rapper.
Dude, he is a rapper. Don't let him trick you.
Yeah. So that's coming up later in the show. When Eli calls in, we're going to show those embarrassing clips, which are not that embarrassing because we got to pick them. If someone else got to pick them, it would be a different story. But listen, it's not a challenge. It's not necessarily a dare.
It's supposed to be a happy thing for you for most of the time.
You got to do something you wouldn't normally do. That's the point. Like Big Dash is well, maybe he would do this now, but his thing was starting Daniel Jones in fantasy for the next 3 weeks, and that's gone well so far for him.
It's looking pretty damn good.
What do you have to do? Put $100 on the Giants to cover?
Yeah, I'm worried about it, man. I'm worried about it.
They're gonna win. They're gonna win outright.
You're right. We're not gonna. I'm just gonna go money line with it. Like they're +3. I'm not gonna take the points because I think we're gonna let's ride this magic carpet ride for as long as it's gonna go, baby. Let's go. Let's keep doing it. And we'll talk about it more in a little bit, man. But this game is every game's a statement game for this team. I feel like every game we're trying to prove that we belong here. And man, winning one more, going to 7-1 right before the bye. That is a statement, man, in Seattle, who just fucking knocked the shit out of the Chargers. And let's talk about that, man, because who saw that coming, man? Like, everybody's all right. Like, everybody's just slept on. I thought they were going to be one of the worst teams in the league. Geno Smith running shit. Geno Smith is making Ben McAdoo look like a damn genius right now.
It looked like a tank. It looked like a tank season incoming for them, right? To go get their actual quarterback or something.
Holy shit! I mean,
you're not wrong.
They look great, and it's become. We marked that off as W for us right off the bat. We're like, okay, Seattle sucks, but now it's like, okay, we're gonna have to earn this W here.
And every game is gonna kind of feel like that now because there's no gimmies. Like even when we play Detroit, we're probably gonna get them when St. Brown and Swift are coming back. So there's gonna be like reason for concern no matter who the Giants are playing. We're not putting up 30 points where you can be like, oh, we're gonna blow this team out. Like we're not blowing out anybody. We're winning tough, just tough games, just getting it done in the end. We won because of 1 yard. It came down to 1 yard.
A missed field goal, 1 yard.
Remember the Rams Super Bowl? Was it Rams and Titans? Who was that all those years ago? Tackled at the 1. I mean, this was just a regular season game, and we were going crazy. Imagine a Super Bowl coming down to that.
No, I can't take that shit. But like you're right. This roster, as currently constructed, if healthy, was going to have a tough time going through this whole schedule. We're not healthy. We're not even close to healthy. So like every game, including the Commanders, including the Texans, is going to be a grind. Like hopefully we get to the point where we're healthy enough we could blow some teams out for once. But man, like It's a grind, man. I love it. I love it.
And this is a good comment, because any team that's put together a good season or has a good winning record, they won ugly games along the way. Winning those coin flip games is what is the difference of making the playoffs and not. And then all you have to do is get healthy and get hot at the right time, as the Giants proved twice.
It's true. It's true.
So the Giants are going to be there. If they go 500 from here on out, they still win 10 or 11 games, which is going to be good for a wild card in the NFC. Looks like it's going to be 3 playoff teams from the NFC East. Could be a first round matchup against Dallas. Could be San Fran.
God, imagine that.
I mean, it's going to be. Seattle is leading their division right now.
Here's the thing.
What's going on?
It's crazy town, man. It's like the upside down world, like Stranger Things shit, man. Like Brady and Aaron Rodgers look like toast. You know, like, and what
is going on? It's time for like the old white horses to ride off into the sunset.
Put them out in the pasture. Put them out to the pasture. Take them out back.
Brady and Rodgers look like complete and utter toast.
Dog shit, bro.
It's done.
It's
Brady
really bad.
Right. He's got Antonio Brown posting videos, hugging his wife. The disrespect. Like, Antonio Brown is off his fucking rocker,
dude.
The videos he's posting, he's gone, bro. He's
and let's add another one, like Matt Ryan. Also, put his ass in that freaking.
It's time to put up the tent. Put up the tent on the racetrack. Lay him down easy.
He's
there's
right.
There's some new blood. This is Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen's league now.
Yes. There's not much else though.
Those are the two, and then it's a mess, right? Like even Russell Wilson is, supposed to be a forever easy top 10 quarterback.
He's limping into down that track over there now. He's limping man.
He came out hot.
Listen, and Herbert was supposed to take the reins here. Like, Herbert was supposed to take that next step, and the Chargers are looking like dog shit. He's got fucking rib cartilage ripped out to wazoo. He's injured. We get that. But, Lamar Jackson, not looking fantastic. There's a lot of guys that were supposed to take that mantle from the Bradys and the Rodgers. Nobody's really taking that right now. So
no, Herbert, you know how talented he is, but it's like not clicking right now. Joe Burrow just had his first big game, as you were celebrating, because you have all Bengals on your fantasy team. Hey, we have a caller here. This is actually a famous rapper. Let's have him on. Oh my!
Not set that expectation. Hell to the no, not a famous rapper at all. Hell no.
Yeah,
dude, Mr. I'm not a rapper. What a bunch of bull.
I'm not a rapper.
I'm not a rapper, bro. I appreciate you setting the bar low just so you can smash expectations.
Smash it, then I'll take it. You know what I mean? But it's definitely low. It's terrible. All right, it's terrible.
While we have Eli, real quick, you see this hoodie behind me. Just want to let you guys know these will be available soon. We're just working out the logistics of how we want to deliver these to you, but these are going to be available soon in a bunch of different colors. But we got Eli brought these Sunday, just kind of some prototypes, and they're sweet. We like them a lot, so we can't wait to open that up for you guys. We'll keep you posted.
Absolutely, man. And I heard you guys talk about a few things as far as the Giants. They wanted to Herbert, etc. I just want to dive in a couple things, right? When you talk about the quarterback situation, guys, first off, let me say the viewership and everybody in the chat, I'm sorry I'm not there, but my work life kind of won today. So next week we'll be back to normal, and I'll be with the tripod. I can't wait. But I'll tell you this, man. Father Time is undefeated, right, man? Tom Brady, right? Freaking also Aaron Rodgers. They all look like human now, man. It looks insane.
Brady literally looks like shit, like actual shit, like helmet off and everything. Like pretty ass Brady looks worn down, bro.
He is. I mean, he doesn't have the home life. He's not right in the head.
He's not right. He's not right.
No. And we were saying this at the bar too. We was like, "Yo, man, he got so much going on. Why did he come back? He should have just stayed retired, man, and relax."
Those competitors, man, like the Favres and the Jordans. That I was like, just if you would have just stopped 2 or 3 more years earlier.
If you're Tom Brady, you wanted to prove that you could do it without Belichick. You went to Tampa and you won a Super Bowl in your first year there. Call it.
Be done.
Walk away right there. You've done it. You won 7 Super Bowls, appeared in 10. Just walk away, dude.
Right. What else
you had it. You're good. Like, that's crazy. He got greedy as hell. Like, you're already in your 40s. Just hang it up, bro. You can go do whatever you want.
Agreed.
But I mean, to come back for a third year in Tampa, why? Why?
You're out here losing to a rebuilding Carolina team now.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people will correlate him coming back to football and losing his family. If, let's just say, if that is the case, man, it's not worth it, man. Like, you are the GOAT. You are the freaking GOAT. There's no one ever. We're never gonna see a Tom Brady ever again in our lifetime, ever.
Ooh,
ever.
No, with the Super Bowl appearance, no chance. No chance.
Super Bowl rings, no.
I mean, look how good Patrick Mahomes is, and he's in the AFC Championship every year. The dude's got one ring. Like, that's how hard it is.
Look at Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers, one ring. Yep.
Drew Brees. We can name them.
One ring.
We can name these guys with one ring. Russell Wilson doesn't look like he'll get another one anytime soon.
Eli Manning. Oh wait, no. He's got two rings.
Oh, he got two, baby.
You got to be truly elite to get that second ring. That's a different kind of dude.
Agreed. You know what I mean? You got to catch that lightning in a bottle. You know, and Eli just did it twice, man. Thank God for Eli, man. Woo! We got to get another one, but that's another
Thank God for Eli.
But guys, I'm just checking in, man. So,
hold on.
Checking in on you guys tapping in, man. Oh, let me say this, man. What a game. Shout out to my guy that came through, man, and sat with us and watched the game, and everybody else as well. We had a great time at that bar, man. I don't know if you guys went through this, but thank you for showing up to the people that did show up. Listen, man, what a game.
We'll do it again.
You guys were talking about it earlier. It was just 1 yard, and we could have had easily lost that game, right? But, man, that defense stood up. Shout out to Wink Martindale. Shout out to the coaching staff that's actually coaching everyone to be alert to those situations. I felt like in the overtime that could have been a touchdown. We'd have lost that game.
We wouldn't have even been in that game.
He'd have been wide. He would have been wide open, and he would have scored that touchdown 100%. Like, it's just
that's defense to tell you to play. Listen, don't play in the end zone. Play a little bit short of that end zone, and then protect the sticks from there. You know what I mean? That's old-fashioned protect the sticks, and that's coaching, man. That's coaching.
Hell yeah!
Shout out to them, man. What a game! What a freaking game! You guys saw the reaction too.
Hey, if you want to come to the next watch party, you want to see a win, come join us because, like I said, we're undefeated, man. We're undefeated together. So
it's just a good time. It's nothing. We're not so big time that we're we're not like these Talkin Giants guys that can cater parties for you and have all this big spread from the diner and all that stuff. They're big time. We just invite you to a bar and say, pay for your own beer. We'll be at the bar if you want to join us.
Corner here.
The most we did to prepare is get there at noon to start drinking and get a spot.
Agreed, man. Agreed. So, listen, we're not going to give you the whole spread out, guys. Listen, man, we're definitely not those guys.
We'll just give you wins. We give you wins.
Come on through and just have a beer, man. It's just some guys talking some football and sharing our team. For sure. For the next one.
It was a good time. Eli, how long are you able to hang out, Eli? Because I got some very special guests if you want to hang on for a little, if you can.
Well, listen, did you guys do if the Giants win? Did we do that challenge already?
No.
We did not show.
All right. So you know what? Take the very special guest. I'll jump on in a little bit and we'll premiere it then. How about that?
You're gonna call back in?
Yeah, I'll call back in.
All right, sounds good, man.
I don't want to keep those special guests waiting, man. Like, I feel bad.
Well, I think. Well, let me just bring in on our first guest real quick, okay?
Yeah.
He's big time on Giants Twitter, okay? Big Dash knows. He's got a YouTube channel. I love this guy. I love his content. He's great in Twitter Spaces. Let's bring him on.
What's up, Big Dash? I couldn't hang up without saying what up,
Dash.
Yeah, man. What's going on, man? What's going on, fellas?
That's the guy, man.
You guys are the guys, the Three Amigos, man.
Yeah,
I'm showing my age, man. Y'all remember the Three Amigos? You remember
that? We're the same. We're the same age,
right?
Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. The Grays and everything. You ain't in the can't be a part of it if the Grays aren't in there. For sure.
Damn right.
Eli, you got one of the best you look like a battle rapper in that profile pic, man.
Yeah. Speaking of battle rap, can we just show?
8 Mile written all over it.
Yo, it's so good. I actually listened to it because I was like, I had to clip it, so I watched it a bunch of times. So, Dash, as you know, that if the Giants win challenge, we got to show some music from back in the day.
Don't judge me.
No judgment. It's good. This is a clip from a music video that Eli did back in the day.
Oh no, I'm embarrassed.
I need to know the year. Circa what? This
was about 13 years ago, maybe.
Oh, okay.
12 years ago. Yeah, about 13, 12 years ago.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
This is old, man.
Let's get to it. I want to see it.
All right, Eli, paid in full. Here we go.
You afraid? Should be coming full throttle, gates, pop bottles. I pop hollows, scramble brains, boggle. Serve rock bottles, served with hot models. They looking like they voted America's top model. Rappers in the game that spit, the one a problem. Cause the elite killing careers with little problems. So who that? Name me the guard. You used to hearing it when you whipping in your car. Club stadiums, even in your local bars. Do y'all get where I'm going? Do y'all get it thus far? But popular demand, your boy's a superstar. You're lagging this sense like the meters for your car. So
wow, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that. Hey, that was good, man.
I wasn't expecting that either. I wasn't expecting that.
That was good. A whole video.
A whole video.
Better than what I used to do. Better than what I used to do, for sure.
Appreciate
for
that.
sure.
Appreciate that.
Nah, that was good. It was good.
That was dope.
I would love to see Eli put a couple bars together about the Giants.
Wait, where you from, Eli?
Staten Island. Born and
wow.
raised.
Okay.
Yeah, born and raised
I
Staten
spent. You know what? Just dating myself. My prom. I went to the Stapleton houses to get my hair done for the prom. I had luxurious hair back then.
Yeah,
and it was braided.
I'm like you now.
It was braided.
You got Eli's haircut now. That's good.
Exactly.
I love it.
It's a good look.
It was luxurious. It was down to my back.
Same, bro. Same.
Cat Williams. Don't act like this shit ain't luxurious.
Yeah, man. I was right across. What's that? What's the bridge that goes from Staten Island to Elizabeth?
Is that
Jersey.
is that the Bayonne you talking about? No, the Gothos.
No,
the Gothos go there. The Bayonnes and Bayonne, right? So yes, the Gothos.
Okay, I think it was the Gothos Bridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been across that bridge a few times.
Yeah, man. Stapleton
Couple times.
A
few times.
Grew up in there.
That's what's up.
Hey,
I'm gonna save
listen,
my music
let's get
video
into it.
for the next guest because that was it's such a lesser layer of cool. So like, we gotta let that one like rest. For
let it marinate. Let it marinate.
That was good.
Oh my god!
Appreciate it.
Listen, okay, let's get down to brass tacks here. Smooth. Listen, Dash, tell us. Can you tell me, like, why is everybody rushing here? We're in the spaces all the time. Me, you. First of all, I agree with all. Me and Dash are always on the same level here. But why is everybody rushing to judgment on Jones here? Why are we not enjoying what we're seeing in front of us here, man? Come on,
the simplest answer is this: people rather be right. That's what the problem is. They just worry about being right, and when you're dealing with people like that, it's nothing you can do to change their minds about it. And there's no reason. There's no reason behind it. So that's what it is. People don't want to be wrong. They want to be right. So I'll just let them choke on the crow. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Let's enjoy what's happening in front of us, people. We're 6-1 for the first time since 2008, Jeff. I think you just posted that on Monday. Yeah. I mean, like, we could talk about the Daniel Jones still has work to do. Like, I don't know why everybody wants. Why does everybody want to judge it now?
That's the problem. They, and they always say, "Yo, let's give him the year. It's his year. We'll give it to him.
Give it to him."
How many games does he have left? 10
more.
Give it to him.
Well, and then the playoffs.
At least.
Well, there you go. Because I think we're definitely going to the playoffs. We are definitely going to the playoffs.
Once you said this, Dash, you said it in one of the spaces, and it just like hit home. Like, if the Giants go 500, which they're going to do better than that from here on out. If they go 500, they win 10 or 11 games.
Yeah.
Like, it's already there. They'd be. I think
we're
they'd
in
be
there.
11.
At least a wild card. We're at least a wild card.
That's a wild card record.
And we're a dangerous wild card team.
You don't want to play the Giants. I said it as a joke.
You get some guys healthy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some tough losses.
You're only going to get healthier. Give it time. And this team is a playoff team, and I think they can make some noise. I really do think so.
And then what else I said today too is, like, even if, like I said, if Daniel Jones ends up not being the guy, whatever, even if we get this so-called franchise quarterback, we still might not ever see 6-1 again. You know?
Yeah, right. It's hard.
You never know, dude.
You know?
It's hard,
6-1 is a tough feat. And I'm enjoying it. I will take the time to enjoy these wins. I'm like a kid at Christmas on every Sunday. I'm waking up at 4 a.m. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm on the West Coast, so the game started at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Right,
so that's the thing.
Early.
But yeah,
love it.
Yeah.
I like the West Coast game times.
Me too. It's fucking great. Hey, listen, we had this time last year, or the past like 9 out of the past 10 years, we're always looking at mock drafts. We're not. I haven't looked at one mock draft yet, man. Like, this is This is life. This is life.
What were we? We were 1-7 in 2020, right? We're 1-7 or 1-6, something like.
Like come on. It was rough. It's been rough, man.
I saw somebody put up a chart about what was the date when the Giants got their 6th win for like the last 6 years or something, and like for 2 or 3 of the dates it was like not available, or for 2 or 3 of the years. I'm like, wow. And like you're there after 7 weeks. Just thank God. Donkey Shane.
It's a beautiful thing that's happening right now. We're appreciating it, but a lot of people just aren't. And it's crazy.
You were spot on, though. You're spot on. A lot of people would rather be right about a certain player as opposed to just rooting for the fucking Giants.
Yeah.
Right? Like the Giants are doing good. Like that's where your head should be at. But some people are like, I told you Slayton was going to go off. It's like, nobody fucking cares. The Giants
cares, man.
We don't give a shit. Winning, man. Like, I'm so happy with us winning right now. Who cares about anything else, man? I really don't care. I don't listen. Daniel Jones, right? And I said Daniel Jones, I like the way he's playing. He's my guy. He's my quarterback. Right now, like if the Giants decide to move on from Daniel Jones, I'll be all right. I'll still be okay. I trust them to make that decision, whether he's the guy or not. I'm just happy that we're 6-1 and could go 7-1 next week. We gotta enjoy this thing, man. I don't care about being right, wrong. The Giants are freaking winning.
I've never been happier being wrong.
Yeah, right.
Same,
exactly.
If this was wrong, if wrong feels like this, I'll be wrong again.
I don't want to be right.
Right. Exactly.
I don't want to be right. Damn right.
It's true, man.
For sure.
It's true. Hey, but listen, it's gonna be a tough one here, though. We got Seattle coming up.
That's a tough one.
We got the injuries piling up, man. The injuries are piling up. Lose Bellinger, who's possibly your best target out there, man. That blows. It blows. But you got the battle, man. You got the battle. What do you think about Seattle? What do you got on that game, Nathan?
Are you talking to me or Rex?
Yeah. What you got, Dash?
Like you just said, the game's going to be a tough game. Now, what Seattle does, they can run the ball pretty good, and now they're also, Geno Smith is having a good year. He's having a good year, but they're down DK Metcalf. So the same thing goes every Sunday is stopping the ball and making the team one-dimensional. And that's the key to victory every week. And then whoever the better team is will win. And I think what we're good at is running the ball, and Seattle happens to be horrible stopping the ball, stopping the run. So I think we fall right into their hands. They fall right into our hands. And I think we go up to Seattle and we win that game with Saquon Barkley. And I do want them to not put him on the pitch count, but take care of his shoulder. A lot of those short downs, get Brightwell in there. Let him do some of those tough yards. He's sneaky athletic too, so it's not a definite run if he's back there. He can sneak him out. We saw it in the preseason. He can catch the ball pretty good, and Brady can catch the ball pretty good. So give Saquon Barkley a chance, and then the bye week's coming up, so let that shoulder heal up. And I think we need to just take care of the people, because look, everybody else is injured. Right. We can't run Barkley into the ground, especially for the playoffs, because we're going to need him for the playoffs. We're going to need him for the playoffs for sure. And we're going to the playoffs, fellas. We're going to the playoffs. We're going.
Come on.
We're going, baby.
Come on.
It's October. We're going to the playoffs. Are you kidding me? Come on.
What world are we living in? That's what I'm talking about, man.
It's
October.
All right, listen. You go, Jeff.
Giants are the biggest surprise in the NFL. And I don't think it's close. I know the Jets are doing well, but their roster, I think most would agree, was beyond what the Giants was. With the Giants cap situation, first year coach, end of a rookie contract, quarterback who hasn't shown enough the whole time. The whole thing, the Giants are the best story in the NFL right now. I don't think the experts and analysts know what to do with it. Like they're like, I guess we'll put them in the top 5 power. They're 6-1. I still don't like them, but they just keep winning.
And we're still underdogs too. Vegas hates
underdogs again. I like it. It's free money. It's free money.
Listen, absolutely.
Let's go. You saw that picture, with all the Army guys and then the clown in the middle of the Army guys, like which one doesn't belong? All the jokes. We have all the jokes all season long. Who's joking now, baby? We're 6-1 and on the way. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right. Well, Dash, listen, appreciate you for coming through, my man. We'd like to get you out back at the end of the show if we can. We're going to get some other guys here, but we appreciate the hell of you, man. You keep doing some good shit out there on the content world.
Yeah,
thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me. I'll hang out in the back. And why don't you just bring me back? All right, man.
Feel free to hang out. Everybody check that banner out. Follow Big Dash Knows on Twitter and YouTube. You won't regret it. If you ever see him in a Twitter space, check it out. Thank you, Dash. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you.
All right, be good, fellas.
Take care.
Thanks,
Hey guys, I just want to say this. I don't have no show notes, so I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm done.
We got you. Thanks for calling in.
I'm out of here. What
number one caller right here. Number one caller.
I love you guys, man. And I'll talk to you guys soon, man.
I love when Eli dials in, even if he can't be here. I love that he dials in. He's as long as I have that profile picture in my life, everything's okay.
That.
Oh, well, thank you, man. I was thinking about changing it too, but maybe I'll change it.
No.
Better be enough.
What did Tiki Barber say
first?
What did Tiki Barber say about that picture? That's the reason. That's the reason he picked up the phone for you.
You're right, you're right. He did say that. Shout out Tiki Barber. But guys, thank you so much, man. I'll talk to you guys soon. You know what it is, man. I love you guys.
Love you, love you too, man.
Bye, man. Peace.
Our next very, very, very special guest. He's so famous.
Too famous.
He hates when I say that, but you already know. Talkin Giants superstar Justin Penik in the house. How you doing, my buddy?
Oh man, how many episodes are we into this show?
17.
17?
Yeah.
Of this show?
Yeah.
First of all, feel like it's been a lot more. You guys are
I know. It seems like a lot more, but I think
second of all, this is the first time I'm showing my face on here, which
it's bullshit.
Not my fault.
No,
not
you're
my
right.
fault.
I believe we've
tried one time.
I have never been on New York Revival before, and I am deeply offended.
But you're here right now. That's such a weird thing to say.
I'm deeply
offended that you're on the show that you wanted to be on.
It's taken this long.
But I did invite you and Bobby another time, and only Bobby could make it. In my defense,
this is true. And I'm such a good guy.
Hands up. You are the best.
And I feel like I'm Michael K right now, to how defended I'm a good guy. And I'm such a good guy that, you text me at 8:20, you say, can you come on? And I'm like, yeah, I'm coming on. And I got an episode to edit for 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then podcast apps later. So I'm such a good guy that I got to grind after this, but I'm glad to be talking Giants, no pun intended, with you guys. And I mean, we're winning. I love you guys, seriously. You guys came out. I didn't invite a lot of people to the combine, but you guys came to that John Boy Media combine. I love what you guys do, and you're some of my favorite people in the world. So pumped to be here. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, buddy. Speaking of that combine, is that going to happen again?
Yeah, we're gonna do it in a different form next year, where maybe we'll split it up into some shorter videos.
Run the 40 later. Yes. Run the 40 later, maybe.
Maybe save the sprint for later on, so that Spiro could
run the 40 later. So that shouldn't be the
last event. Last event.
Okay, all right. I'll make a note.
But it did make for some very funny video.
Yeah,
I'll make a note.
It wasn't a complete loss. I mean, I'm sorry, Spiro, about your legs and everything, but
listen, it may be stronger. I had like these new nice healthy hamstrings now. I've been working them out, and mentally now I'm stronger too. So
sure, you and I both, man. We're like different people.
I know. Let's go, man. It's our year this year. It's the
year. You want to know what? You want to know what? We lost weight so the Giants could also stop losing.
It's facts.
We did that for
a sacrifice you guys made.
We did that for the team.
You're right, man. You're right.
Okay, guys. Listen, I want to ask you, because you don't miss home games.
No.
I'm curious how the vibe has been at the tailgates. I am going to come December 11th, by the way, for the Eagles game. I just got tickets for that one. So I'm going to be there, but I'm curious, has the vibe been just pure ecstasy in these tailgates? Because it was fun. Even last year when they were miserable, the tailgates were still fantastic. But how is the vibe different this year?
The tailgate is no longer the most fun part of the day.
Yes.
Wow.
That's great.
Well said.
That's the main difference. And there's last year a big staple of the tailgate were Fire Gettleman shirts, and just every week, you're debating this, you're debating that, what's going wrong, this is going wrong. And you're even talking about mock drafts. Well, it's like, where are we going to finish in the draft spot? Who are we going to take? There's just none of that talk. Every single week, it's how are we going to win? How are we going to win this game? Why aren't we? Why not us? Why not us? Why not us? Are we going to win this game? That's English, but you know what I mean. I mean, every week the approach is how are we going to go into that stadium and screw someone up? That's the mentality, and when you go to the game and, there's a couple psychopaths that I go to the game with, Nikki Snacks, being one of them that I tailgate every week, who feels that,
Snacks.
he feels that whatever. First of all, he's been on this show like 3 times, and this is my first time.
He was on early
or twice,
I think it is
maybe
twice.
Once.
He's been on quite a few times. But anyway, he feels with his own individual effort on Sundays, like he feels like he contributes to a Giants win, which a lot of people feel that way. But Snacks is just on steroids with that, So that's the talk of the parking lot. And then even inside the stadium, it's even more awesome than the parking lot. I mean, that's really where the biggest difference has been, where, a lot of people have talked about, well, MetLife is bad, Giants fans selling their tickets to other fans. Well, it's like, well, first of all, when they're so expensive, and you're losing, it's tough. But MetLife will become a better environment when it becomes a winning environment, which a lot of people have kind of said over the years. And then lo and behold, MetLife has felt more like home. Giants have won. They've had a lot of home games so far this year. They've only lost one of them. So it's been really, really fun at MetLife this year. The winning environment is back at MetLife, and the fans have come back to MetLife, which has been really awesome.
I think what really helped is Wink. That video went around a lot about Wink calling on the fans to have a presence, and I think that resonated. And I was begging for them to play it. They didn't play it at the stadium, did they?
No, they should have. But what's most important about that, Jeff, is that they won that game.
Yes, always need to win that.
They won, and they won in exciting fashion. Which you can't go out and say we need the fans to be loud, and then show up and have a stinker. They won.
Well, that's what I felt like we did. Yeah. I felt like we had all these initiations that are in the Ring of Honors and all these great Hall of Fame speeches, and then we lost every game after that. Like. Now we're actually winning after these things, and it's fucking great. Keep it going.
Fans would much rather win games than celebrate former players.
Right. Hey, listen, I got a question for you now. Let's get down to some serious talk here. Giants football. I didn't even have this in the notes here. I gotta throw this at you.
You're crazy, bro.
Who is going to make more of an impact on this offensive line this year? A guy coming back from the IR, Gates or Lemieux, or none?
Lemieux for sure.
Okay.
I just don't know the status of Gates, man, and I know we're friends. You guys
are supposed to be our in here.
I don't know. Our biggest sin was like Joe Judge's people. Now he's gone, so we're trying. Yeah, right. We're trying to find some other ins. But yeah, man, I just think Lemieux's just more likely to come back. That's the bottom line. At least there's been some updates, I think 1 or 2 weeks ago, from Duggan saying that he's out of a walking boot. They're going to make a decision on Gates soon.
Has to be.
I think that has to be coming like Wednesday or Thursday, right?
Yes.
They only had a couple of week window to kind of decide on him, right?
Yeah. So here's the interesting scenario, though, because it could be both. Because depending how Josh Ezeudu plays when Ben Bredesen's hurt, because Ezeudu needed this time, these 6-7 games, to really sit on the bench. Now, he played the first couple games of the season, but very sparingly.
Yes.
And it was
looked
when
like Ben Bredesen,
he looked like a rookie, and that was the thing. He looked like not just a rookie, but he looked like the things that he struggled with at UNC, where it was just sloppy technique, his hands, he didn't know what to do with his hands, but he was athletic as hell. And his feet move very, very well. So if Josh Ezeudu, because he's Joe Shane's guy, and so is Mark Lewinsky, by the way. Even though Mark Lewinsky has been our worst offensive lineman, he's a Joe Shane guy.
Yes.
Nick Gates, Shane Lemieux, not Joe Shane guys. So if Ezeudu comes in, especially as a 3rd-round pick, if Ezeudu comes in replacement for Ben Bredesen, and he looks okay, then you may see Josh Ezeudu start for the rest of the year. And then, even though I think Shane Lemieux, if healthy and if he looks like he did over the summer, he does deserve to start over Mark Lewinsky.
Oh, nice take.
And Lewinsky was just a 1-year deal anyway, right?
Lewinsky is technically a 2-year deal. It's the 3rd year that's a void year. So he's here for 2 years. I mean, obviously they can cut him and they can have dead cap or whatever. But the Glowinski was like our big money free agent signing.
Yeah. What kind of beautiful depth are we going to have, though, man? If these guys hopefully Gates can come back. But man,
what a problem!
Having like 3 backup players now. If Bredesen can make it back, if Gates can make it back, Lemieux, that's a.
And honestly, can I even throw this out there?
I guess so. Yeah.
Now there's more to being a center than just, okay, you're going to go in and be a center, because there's whole, calling out protection and knowing the offensive line and, knowing who's around you and stuff like that. But I would like a healthy Nick Gates and a healthy Shane Lemieux. I would rather have them over John Feliciano too. So how about these? So, Spiro, you mentioned depth, or even you have those guys that at center as well, where Lemieux was taking snaps at center over the summer. So that's quite a world we got going on.
Yeah. It's great, man. And I hate to see Neil. First of all, Ezeudu started looking pretty okay in last game, though. I saw your clips there. He did some good things, so let's hope that's a trend. You hate to see Neil go down, man. Just when he started to look like he was turning the corner, that's what kind of scares me. And what's your thoughts on the Seattle game coming up? I want to hear what you thought.
They're very similar teams, which is kind of crazy. The Seattle's defense has really improved over the last couple weeks, where I think you actually need to do a little bit of splits now for the first half of the season compared to the second half of the season. So like, let's just say, the last 3-4 games versus the first 3-4 games, the defense has kind of come back to them a little bit. I still do think that we can run over their defense quite well. And, they've been working the play action very well off of the running game. Actually, it's been quite vice versa. Do you know that Saquon Barkley has almost doubled the amount of rushing attempts in the second half than the first half?
It's wild. It's wild. I know that his production goes up. I didn't know that's the numbers like that went up. It's
fantastic. Crazy because we're usually down by like double digits in the second half.
I know. And they stick with it, man. They stick with it. And that's what you gotta love it. Well, because if you think about it, teams assume that we're gonna just try to pass our way back into it. Run the fucking ball.
Well, he ran 8 times in a row.
Player. Yeah. Oh, that Dan Orlovsky, was it the Dan Orlovsky clip?
Giants had 8 pass attempts in the second half last week.
I don't care how we win. Justin, if you don't mind, I'd like to run through as quickly as we can, a couple of very important questions from the chat, if you don't mind.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay, first one is from Arzuyero, who we call the Master Spacer. If I buy Justin's hot dogs next training camp, can I get a follow back on Twitter? And I think that's kind of a no-brainer for you, Justin.
Every day?
I mean, is that...
you know how many training camp sessions there are?
I mean, he doesn't miss training. That's a lot of what do you call them? Glizzies? And he's a ketchup. He's a ketchup and mustard guy, so you have to dress it appropriately for Justin as well if you're gonna serve. And all he has to do is click follow. That's such a good deal.
I like that trade-off for you, buddy.
Some people call me a glizzy gladiator, so
nobody calls.
I like that.
But yes, R0, he's gonna follow you back.
Justin, Rob, nice to see you.
If you could possibly summarize, how do you think this situation with Galladay plays out, whether through this year, and is he an automatic cut next year?
Yeah, I hope he doesn't play.
Again.
I just hope he doesn't play.
Again, that's
the Giants' offense was worse when he was on the field than when they were trying to force David Sills on the field. And then lo and behold, Daniel Jones has gotten better. Now, I don't want to dismiss the impact of Darius Slayton, Marcus Johnson when he's not dropping the ball, and then Wan'Dale Robinson and Richie James. I don't want to just dismiss them and call them bums, but they're not very good. Wan'Dale Robinson, we're hoping he can develop into something, but they're still not very good. But you see the impact of how the offenses kind of went from weeks 1 to 3, and then basically weeks 4 to where we're at right now. Daniel Jones has been like a top 5 QB in the NFL, and this is like with the advanced stuff like EPA, CPOE, all that
stuff
kind of
that you understand. Yeah,
that's stuff that all the mumbo jargon. Hey, you know what? We're every fan base is big on narratives, right? So Daniel Jones isn't leading the league in yards and touchdowns. He's leading the league in EPA and CPOE. So Giants fans, we love it now. We're behind.
Well, this is what I'm talking. Someone was talking to me about this, and they're like, "You guys never mentioned that kind of stuff when he was doing shitty." I was like, "Well, yeah, you know what? We need something to back up that he's playing well, because the counting stats aren't really there right now. But we know our eyes are telling us he's playing well. This EPOA and all that good stuff that tells us, hey, like there's something here. You are right.
Here's what it basically means. Good. Here's what it basically means. Daniel Jones's performance is ultimately leading to points, and CPOE basically means, are you accurate? Are you completing passes, or are you throwing passes that are accurate that maybe shouldn't even be completed in the first place because they're tight window throws, yada, 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 down in distance, etc. All that stuff is taken into account. So all these things that Daniel Jones has not ranked highly in years past, or even he's done it in certain stretches. I mean, this is now a decent stretch where we're having half a season where he is a top 10 quarterback and these advanced metrics where the national people, like a lot of the national people, I know Dan Orlovsky looks at this stuff. I know I saw somebody today said like Mina Kimes was kind of dismissing the Giants. Now they're still kind of dismissing Daniel Jones a little bit, but the metrics and the things that Daniel Jones needed to improve on, he's doing it, and he's doing it at a top 10 rate right now, which a lot of other quarterbacks are also doing it at a top 10 rate that shouldn't be doing, like Geno Smith this Sunday. So
fucking Geno, man.
Yeah. But Galladay, no. I know that was the initial question.
No.
Like,
Yeah, we're
Galladay should not be on the field unless it's like for blocking. Like, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like, unless it's just a blocking play. Which
is how he got hurt.
I got a question for you. Is there any saving this run defense right now? Because what the hell's going on with this run defense, man? It's I didn't expect this because I thought, Dex and Leo, and I guess, the middle linebackers, though, that's where the problem may lie. I don't know if there's any fixing it. Can Landon Collins be that guy?
Yeah, so I'm not the biggest film guy, but I was looking at stats today that really showed that teams are seeing something where the Giants are like top 5 rate on teams that when they choose to run the ball, that they're running it outside the tackles. And they're like bottom 5 when teams are choosing to run the ball. They're running it up the middle / guard. So their teams are seeing something that, hey, and honestly, like just think of common sense too. You can either run towards Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence, or Nick Williams, Justin Ellis, whoever's in there. You can run towards those big guys, or you can run away from them. And you can test Tay Crowder, who isn't great. You could test Jalen Smith, who's made some fine plays, but there's a reason why he's been tossed from team to team. And Micah McFadden has kind of ultimately been benched. And there are some games too where, like the Baltimore game, the Giants chose to take an interior linebacker off the field in favor of a safety because they wanted to cover Mark Andrews. So you're taking an interior linebacker off the field, so it becomes a lot easier to run the ball, which is one of the reasons why the Ravens ran the ball really well. So really, Spiro, I think you hit the nail on the head with talking about the interior linebacker talent. I think that's honestly what it boils down to. And teams are starting to do a little bit more misdirection. Like you have guys going in motion at the snap, and it looks like there's a sweep going one way, but then you have Travis Etienne taking it for 49 yards up the left sideline going the other way. So there's a lot of misdirection that's happening right now, and especially these linebackers, Tay Crowder, Jalen Smith, they're just getting a little confused by it. They're reacting a little too late.
Right.
I got a good question.
Go for it. Yeah, no. That's where
I'm changing topics. So if you're on the same topic, go ahead.
No. Let's go. Let's roll here.
So the Giants are 6-1. I keep saying it. That's a record that gets you to the playoffs majority of the time, right? Unless the wheels completely fall off, which the coaching is at a level where I don't see that happening.
They're going to.
Is there, and this is from one of our day ones, Monty, he's our guy. Is there a player you would trade for? Because playoff berths are not guaranteed every year. If you have a chance to go for it, a lot of people think you go for it. So if you're the Giants, do you make any kind of move to kind of gear up for a playoff run? And risk.
I would love to, man. And we actually we kind of fully fledged this out on our mailbag pod. I would love to,
check
man.
Check it out.
Talking,
but
Giants,
I don't think they can. I don't think they can. They're still struggling at certain points. They have like 52 guys on the roster, 51 guys on the roster. Like they're going week to week saying that if we don't need to carry 53 guys on the roster, we're not going to, because we need to save like $700,000 here or whatever the vet minimum is. And it's kind of crazy,
Justin. We broke.
It's not as bad as last year where they're like restructuring contracts like the last week of the season just to get to the end of the season. I don't know if it's going to get to that point, but you remember that? Where they're like restructuring guys?
It was.
And that's just to operate.
Their heads like this much above water, right? They're just trying to keep it barely above water to get to this season.
Shane was desperately trying not to do it, but he had to restructure Leonard Williams, right? And that was kind of the big one, just to operate. And we still are strapped. We're still bottom 5 or whatever in cap space. I think 2.9 based on what I saw.
I would love to, man, but I don't think they can. And let's just say, like, what's the position that everybody wants?
Wide receiver.
And I understand the thought process of, but if you got a playoff team, you may want to make some sort of push. But let me just throw this out there to you. I would rather draft a wide receiver in the first 3 rounds next year And then you have that guy, if he's in the first round, you have him for 5 years. If he's in the second or third round, whatever round, then you have him for 4 years on the cheap. You look at the list of wide receivers that were drafted in the first 3 rounds the last couple of years. Almost every single one is good. Right. Almost every single one. So instead of trading for like a Jerry Jeudy, who a Jerry Jeudy would be the number 1 wide receiver on the Giants if he were to be traded for, where he's a younger guy. Does the cap hit work? I don't know. But if you trade a 3rd round pick for Jerry Jeudy, you only have him for X amount of years. I would just rather draft a wide receiver that I kind of know. Like, hey, if Joe Shane believes in this guy, if the scouting department believes in him, and because they're a wide receiver, because these wide receivers are coming out of college, they're just so prepped and ready to take on the NFL, I almost feel better about that. Remember Wan'Dale Robinson, how unconventional of a pick that was? Like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work. Well, he's looking all right. He's looking all right. And that was one of the more unconventional picks of the first 3 rounds.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah, listen, and you got to see the forest through the trees here. Like, I know we're 6-1. We love being 6-1. The goal is not. I love to win the Super Bowl this year, but the goal is to be better next year and better the year after that, and keep this thing sustainable at a good price with the cap and all that good stuff. So let's not these draft picks, especially next year, are like gold. Let's not. You still need to build the depth on this roster with that young talent. So everyone you trade away is just, man, like it's tough because they look at this year's draft. They knocked out the fucking park with all how many of the draft picks already? They're all there's contributors all over the place. Yeah, right,
but you got contributors. Yeah, like it's not about talent or whatever or picking the wrong guy. It's just health. The
2021 and the 2022 draft classes, they're all hurt.
It's brutal. Don't remind me.
It's definitely tempting because it's such a glaring hole in this team. You're seeing. As long as Sills is playing a ton of snaps and receivers are dropping balls, it's still going to look like a gaping hole in this team in terms of what they need to score points and open up the offense more. But I'm with you.
Root for Tony's hamstrings. Root for Tony's hamstrings.
There's such good wide receivers coming out every single year. So if you want to look at this year and say, if you're going to go on a run, how they've been winning games this year is kind of scheming, like great play calling. They're setting up plays, and everyone's like, well, how are teams still letting Daniel Jones run all over him? It's because they have to sell out to stop Saquon.
Yep.
So they're setting, like, their Giants are doing something, and Justin, you understand this stuff better than I do, but they're setting up plays. Like, they might run the same formation, same play 3 times this way. Then finally, it's like a bootleg, and Justin, you're not the quarterback. Daniel runs the other way, and he's walking into the end zone, and it's like, how are teams falling for that? They're being set up.
Yeah.
Like, we have coaches who are thinking they're playing chess, and that's why the second half you're seeing so much more success.
Yeah, you guys mentioned it before. I mean, they literally ran the same play 8 times towards in the fourth quarter. They ran the same play, and then finally, Daniel Jones breaks that little 15-yard run, and that's one of the games. That's one of the plays that should have clinched the game.
That was brilliant.
And even like you look at Daniel Jones's average depth of target too, which I did this for years under Garrett. And that was the stat one of the stats that I looked at that made me like pound my head into a brick wall.
Right.
It's relatively the same this year, but this is where you have to, look at just what's on the tape versus just what's on the stats. The fact that you have Mike Kafka and Brian Dable setting things up. It's not just an offense that, even though the average depth of target is low, and it is Jason Garrett levels low, there are other things happening on the field that is setting players up for success, that is getting guys open, that's getting Daniel Jones, to get the ball to these skill position players. It's not just running a curl, running to the sticks, and then turning around. There's other things that are happening. Yes, there are other things that are happening on the field.
This is like your dream come true, Justin, because since I met you, you've been begging for explosive plays and begging for creative.
Offense. Now, here's the thing, Jeff. Here's the thing. They're not even like they're bad explosive wise through the air. They're very good on the ground. I mean, Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley both rank in the top 5 in runs of 10+ yards this year, which is bizarre. Bizarre, both of them. And here's the wild thing. And here's why this coaching staff, I really hope and I really think it's it.
I think so.
I think that they want to have an offense that throws the ball, that has one of the more explosive passing offenses in the National Football League. Yes. Instead, because of their personnel, because of, this is where the offensive line's at. This is where they're at with these wide receivers. And maybe it's where they're at with Daniel Jones. However, they have introduced more drop back passing and he has started to look better. So maybe it's not Daniel Jones, right? We'll see as the season goes on. We still have 10 games to figure that out. I'm enjoying this, like you guys were saying.
Right.
But I think they have they have a coaching staff, an offensive coaching staff that wants to air it out and that wants to throw it deep and that wants to get explosive pass plays. But they're looking at the personnel that they have and they're like, you know what? We lost Daniel Bellinger, which sucks. We lost Daniel Bellinger. Let's just use Devery Hamilton as a third tight end and run like this huge 13 personnel. Let's just run the same play 8 times and run it out of 12 personnel, 13 personnel, and then do something different. And boom, we'll get 3 10+ yard rushing plays here. It's crazy. It's just crazy what they're doing. They are evolving. They're doing things that I guarantee they didn't want to do. Let's throw formations out there where we have Gary Brightwell, Matt Breida, and Saquon Barkley all on the field at the same time. Why not?
You're talking beautifully here because they're not even doing the things they want yet. They're doing what the offense is capable of. Now, and someone asked me on a Spaces, like, how long do you see Barkley lasting in this kind of offense? I was like, there's no guarantee that next year is going to be this kind of offense. They want to get to the point where they are passing it like a Josh Allen type offense, a Pat Mahomes type offense. They are going to build towards that. But the fact that you're seeing what they're doing now makes you believe that they could do whatever they want on any given week. And that's where you get to that special offense. They do what they want when they cater to a certain opponent. And that's where you want to get to. And it's just beautiful thinking about. We don't have the personnel. We don't even have a third of the personnel yet. Like, it's not even close.
But it's still working, and it's working at an above average rate. So even though I'm saying, this may not be what they want to do, this is still an offense that is, we're watching a top 10 offense right now.
You know what's encouraging? Last year's offense made me feel dumber by watching it. Or like it made me feel like I knew better than them, which should never be the case. And like Giants content creators knew better than our coaches did last year. Like I really felt that way. And now this year you're seeing coaches who are like a step ahead of the defense. Like I feel like we just have such an edge and an advantage that we're not used to. And that's why we're winning. Like they are getting the most of Daniel Jones and helping him look like a competent quarterback. We can wrap with this. It's the most polarizing figure and question in all of Giants land. Do you have an opinion yet on what the Giants do with Daniel Jones at the end of this year?
No, I don't have an opinion yet.
Good.
But it's starting.
That's fair.
It's starting to be like
week over week, man. The last 4 weeks.
How can you not start to think about, I at the start of this year, I'm like 20% chance he's the starting quarterback in 2023.
At most,
It's a lot. It's a lot more than now. It's a lot
I
more
thought
now.
He had too much to overcome. New offense, no receivers, whatever, all that. He had too much to overcome in 1 year.
Here's the area that I'm circling right now. When is around the time that he gets hurt every year?
Later in the season, December.
Week 10.
That's usually it.
Week 10, week 11, week 12.
Yeah.
Those are the weeks that every year of his career. I don't want to throw this out there, but I'm just like,
damn you for saying that.
But so I say front brain, back brain. Like front brain thoughts are like, oh my gosh, like, are we going to be all right without Evan Neal? How are we going to stop?
Isn't your brain left and right or no?
Nope, I use front brain.
He's got a different kind of brain.
His brain
works differently.
Stop. So front brain problem is how do we beat Seattle? Back brain problem is Daniel Jones after the bye. Get through it, man. Like get through these games. That's because that's it's with him and Barkley right now. One of the only things that can really stop them and really put them at a big stop is if you miss an extended period of time. And you want to know what? If you were to tell me that we're going to be at the end of October and one of the main and only problems that we're going to have with Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley is just hoping that they stay healthy, I'll take that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We got a fan of your brain over here. Justin Brain Special. Listen, I think you're right. The fact that we're even even thought about the conversation speaks a lot about what Jones is doing. And everybody at the beginning of the season, they're like, what numbers do you need to see to bring him back? And right now, it's not even about the numbers.
Wins.
Yeah. Then you're right. That's the biggest number right now. I think you're right, man. Like it's not the 35 touchdowns. He doesn't need to go ball out. He is doing what we have asked him to do, considering the circumstance. And everybody, all Giant stations, like, okay, this is a conversation now.
I wish I could hear the conversation between Shane and Dabes now about Jones, right? Like, are they starting to be like, well, shit, like we could use that first round on a wide receiver, pick up another one, draft another one in the third or fourth, and then you're fucking cooking. All of a sudden, it's really, really interesting right now. And you said something, Justin, when we were at camp. I've always been a Kadarius Toney fan, believe it or not. I don't know. There's not many of us left. But I asked you in the preseason, I'm like, what do you think, man? You think he's going to have a big year? And without hesitation, you said, I don't think it's going to work out. And I don't know how you knew that.
That was a little bit of insider.
Okay.
Because he was healthy at the time and he was flying around practice at the time. All right. Maybe we'll take that offline.
Yeah.
I still have to show an embarrassing music clip here.
Yes.
Justin,
hang around? Want to watch this?
I want to see this. Now I saw Eli's. My favorite part of Eli's video that I saw was there was just this guy standing next to him that like wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, and then for certain parts there were three or four guys. And they
like Eli was killing it, like spitting, and this guy's just
like,
didn't he like Eli's
at one point the guy went like this and he was like, yep.
Eli's pretty cut. Eli's pretty cut now, but in that video he looked like beefy. Like
he looked like that was vintage. Yeah,
he looked like Spiro Price circa 2021.
Facts. Let's go. All right. What do you got queued up there, Happy? Let's go.
This is me covering some Bob Dylan.
Serenade him.
At a show. I think it's like 6 or 7 years ago or something. Here you go.
That's not fair. That was too good. You know what? I made a fool out of myself at the bar by painting my face red and blue. And here you go. We got Eli dropping bars, and you got Jeff looking like damn Bob Dylan out there. What the fuck, man?
When you put the guitar,
awesome.
When you put the guitar pick away, and you like lifted that guitar, that's like a veteran move.
I was actually nervous because I couldn't get the harmonica out of my pocket.
I mean, it looked like here's the guitar. Like
that's like a Bruce Springsteen move right there. Show it to the crowd.
That was awesome. That was fucking awesome, man.
Again, me and Eli
talent
got to pick the music clips. Justin, hey,
next time I'm picking.
We like to put people on the spot. Yeah, Spiro, you get to do something fun or nice next time.
I have something of a music clip.
Well, Justin, I want to ask you, if the Giants beat Seattle on the road, underdogs, what's Justin Penik going to do?
Come on, Justin. What you got?
Guest of our show, and Big Dash, if you're listening, you got to think. I know you did Daniel Jones, but if you want a new one, you can have a new one. Justin. Oh, you're karaoke.
Yes.
This guy is so in love with tonight. It's unbelievable.
Do you know what song that is?
Yes.
That don't impress me much.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you go on my Instagram and you go back to this is when I was in college.
That's
and if you go back to
what time to be alive?
Alabama trip.
January 25th, 2020. Oh, we also did sing on our Senior Bowl trip. We sang a lot of karaoke.
We'll have to dig that one up.
We'll have to dig that
do you have one?
What will I do? What will I do? I don't know. What will I do?
I really like. I would like more fun content from you. Like when you ran a 40 or whatever that video you did a long time ago, where you went out and ran the 40. I think it was 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
I want more stuff like that from you.
Remember how I recreated Kayvon's look?
Oh, I love that.
Yes. Yeah. What do you got?
What do you got?
Maybe I'll do something like that again. If the Giants win, if the Giants win, I will try and find something that I can recreate, like looks wise, and I will post that again on social media.
Look.
Yes, maybe a Tony or a Galladay. Let's.
What you like cigars? Could be Dave with a cigar, sign an autograph.
Dave with the cigar. Oh, can I tell you something?
Do you love this guy even more?
That more than anything.
How baller was that?
That more than anything was an affirmation.
Yes.
In case I needed more proof.
Oh my God.
More than wins, losses, schematics, how you leader of men.
Yes.
The fact that you walked out there with the cigar. First of all, away game too.
I know.
So you're
he didn't have those cigars. Yeah, right.
It's not like it's in your office.
He packed his victory cigar. He knew what he was doing.
He packed the victory cigars. Went out to the Giants fans in Jacksonville. I'll sign it.
In case
within his mouth, like a fucking gangster. I fucking love it, dude. So awesome. And listen, then he had the Black Magic thing going in Tennessee.
Where I thought that was string cheese for a second.
Ooh, hey.
It's beef jerky.
Everything that he does, it's hitting. Everything he does turns to gold right now. And just walking outside and seeing the fans, we're like, oh my God, this guy. It was the cigar that put it over. It was a cigar. Yes.
Even my friend who's a Jets fan sent me that picture. He goes, "This is among the coolest things I've ever seen."
Yes.
Robert Sala about the Marines. All right, we get it. God. You ain't the first.
Calm down, bro.
Calm down, Judge.
what
Justin,
do you say, Jeff?
Man. You guys know where to find him at Justin Penik. Twitter, he's talking Giants. YouTube, you know where he is. One of the best guys out there, one of the best Giants content creators out there. Super smart dude. Justin, I love you. I can't wait to party again. If I don't see you before December 11th at that Giants game, we'll get together soon. I'll probably see you in Red Bank before that.
Yeah. Have we ever told that story? Have you ever told that story that I go to Red Bank maybe 3 times a year?
Yeah.
Every time I see Jeff. and we don't plan it. We don't text each other. We just
different bars.
Different
bars.
Different places too.
Oh my God.
Just random. And we just hug.
But thank you guys. New York Revival for life. I'm excited. I'm gonna order the hoodies, so make sure that you order the hoodies. I think I prefer blue because I easily spill things on myself. I even got some shorts.
I know.
We're sloppy motherfuckers, aren't we?
But I love you guys. Keep killing it. Have me on anytime you want. I'll
appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you so much, Justin. Take care, buddy. Thank you, everybody.
That was fun.
Good showing tonight. Thank you, Big Dash. Make sure you follow Big Dash. He's Big Dash Knows on Twitter and YouTube.
Great
Justin,
content.
I'm sure you know him, but we appreciate everybody for hanging out. Spiro, any closing thoughts?
Man,
we need to think of another challenge for this week, and you need to do something fun this week.
Yeah. So I'm going to drop a couple shekels on the Giants. Let's see. It's going to be money line. I want to see that money line go up a little bit, but I'm going to drop $100 on the Giants and just
on the money line.
I'm going.
Fuck the points.
You know
I like it.
Fuck the points. Let's go big. Let's go. Or we're going to go home. We're going to win. We're going to take that W from Seattle. Go into that bye 7-1. Believe it, and it will happen. Like Strahan said, believe it, and it will happen. Let's go, Giants.
I love it. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. That's all for us. New York Revival. Thanks, guys.